So for physical therapy, our main goals are to teach children gross motor skills, which means we teach them to crawl, to walk, run, jump, ride bikes, things like that.
We work on articulation and language. We work with kids who are nonverbal and help them become verbal and communicate with others.
We have the social workers, we have the psychologists, we have the educational therapists, and then we have the OT-PT speech. And it makes such more of a collaborative team for our patients and our families that I think you don't get anywhere else.
I know that treating a kid in physical therapy, I can't just work on my physical therapy goals. I have to talk with their occupational therapist and their speech therapist, and we all take input and incorporate it into our own sessions.
We have such a community in our staff that focuses on that whole child. We're all working collaboratively towards that same place, which is making something in their lives a little bit easier.
So here at McMains, we have a lot of different programs that get our families involved because the children are really centered around their families.
So at our Capable Arts Camp, you definitely see them grow in their language and their confidence, and we have pictures for them to point to if they're nonverbal so they can still say, I want the red paint.
William loves to come. He loves singing, he loves the arts, he loves being able to be with his friends. We owe so much to the community, McMains, and everybody involved. It really makes the life for these children.
Kylie was diagnosed with epilepsy, a seizure disorder, at 21 months old. And since that time, she has actually been on medication to control her seizures. However, at the onset of school last year, we noticed that her seizures were pretty serious. So the local neurologist told us that we needed to make a trip to Texas Children's Hospital in Houston.
After she had that surgery is when she started physical therapy because she had some weakness because of the surgery in her left side. And so she's really come around pretty quickly in that when she first came in, someone had to have a belt around her walking her in.
All I think about Miss Mandy is like she's a sister to me, and I love working with her here.
In the last year, she has done such a tremendous recovery since her surgery, and she's gotten to where she can run, she's riding a bike. We work a lot on balance and coming up with challenging things so that she can keep up with her friends now. That's the new goal.
When I go to the park sometimes on the weekends, I can't go up the little spider web thing. And it's a little hard for me. So doing this helps me out.
When Jason was 18 months old, I knew that there was something wrong with him. He couldn't walk. He would stay completely straight, and so I took him to a specialist here in Baton Rouge. Right when he saw him, he told me that my child had cerebral palsy. Dr. McMains was the doctor when we came here, and you know, he would tease Jason so much because he was from Pierreport and he was a Cajun, and he'd tease him about the mud bugs, and Jason would just love it all up.
When I first moved to Baton Rouge, I had to get a job. I'd get dressed up and I'd walk to the buildings, and United Companies was there at the time. I went to see in the personnel department if they had anything, and they didn't have anything at the time, but I kept going back every day. Every day. They would ask me, what can I do? And I'd tell them, and one day, I got a call. And I was like, I thought it was a joke. I didn't think it was real.
I can't think of a person that I know that deserves recognition for the achievements that he has made, way beyond probably anything that he ever thought he could do. And McMains, I know, has really helped him all through those 18 years he was here. I didn't realize that until much later, but it's a great organization, something everyone should support.
Yeah, there was this one girl that we worked on walking with a walker for at least a year. And finally, the day she took her first steps without me holding on, I'm cheering and the kids just laughing. She doesn't know what's going on. People are yelling, yay, you know, and she's just excited.
It's rewarding when a mother comes to you and says, you know, 2 years ago my kid wasn't talking at all, and last night he said he loves me, and that just made my whole day.
Working with these kids, you go home every day feeling like you did something. You might be exhausted just because it's a very physical environment, but you know you made a little difference either in the life of a child or their family, and that to me it's worth it.
Well, I have to say, I thought William did the most amazing job whenever he had his shield on and he was dancing and he was holding his arms up with the shield, and when it was time for marching, he was marching so fast. That was my favorite part.